Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today our task is to reanimate this 1999 Chevy Astro van all-wheel drive. So long story with this one. Last time it ran was about 4 years ago, and the owner tells me that it started running rough, like it was losing fuel pressure. So we went ahead and replaced the fuel pump. Like, okay. He said he found the internal plastic nylon hose inside the fuel tank had ruptured, and it just wasn't building fuel pressure at the, at the engine. So he replaced that. Couldn't get it started. Then, for one reason or another, he replaced the distributor. And then he's like, oh crap, I don't know how to time it. He set it in wrong, and it just left the truck here. It hasn't run in 4 years. So step one was to verify ignition timing. So this is my second visit to this truck. Last time was preliminary. I didn't get any video footage, but the distributor right here, and it was clocked wrong. Basically you have to set TDC on compression number 1, and then make sure the rotor is pointing to the right little mark when you set it in, and then like, okay, so the distributor's in the right place. I cranked it over, still didn't start. However, I shot starting fluid inside of the throttle body, and it fired up. It ran great for a few seconds, shut right down. So seems like we're losing fuel pressure. So right now it's still a crank no start, and I have my fuel pressure gauge hooked up, and it looks like we have pretty good fuel pressure. Goes almost to 65 psi, drops to 60 at rest, is fine. Let's crank it. Not even a sputter, not even a cough. So on these vans, cool thing you do with a scanner, bidirectional scanner, is to actually flow test the injectors. Let's see if the injectors are actually working. That would be my next step for lack of fuel. So nice to see just 3 modules in the entire vehicle here. So we go to powertrain system, just read fault code. No DTCs. Okay. Now I want to go to actuation test. Fuel system, fuel injector balance. So this is a cool test that the scanner enables you to do, save time instead of pulsing the injectors with a little timer tool. On this system, the injectors are actually, it's a spider injection system. Here's the bulk connector up here, and then you have little hoses going to each poppet valve. So this is like the fuel distributor. It has 6 solenoids, and it determines which cylinder to send the fuel to. So anyways, here's how the test works. Connect the fuel pressure gauge, yes. Each injector can only be flowed once per ignition cycle. That makes sense. They don't want you to flow the cylinders out. So I'm going to put the scanner right here next to the fuel pressure gauge and click OK. So let's try injector number 1. Okay, prime the pump. We're starting at 60 psi, and you click yes. You can hear the injector buzz, but our fuel pressure stayed rock steady at 60 psi. Not even 1 psi drop. What does that tell you? This injector is not flowing. What about the other 5? Well, let's keep going. Injector number 2 automatically primes the pump. Really nice test, by the way. I wish all cars had this. Let's see, did it pulse number 2? Let's try number 3. So I primed it. Quarter fuel pressure reading, press yes. So I didn't hear the pulsing there. Let's back out to reestablish communication. Sometimes it's a little finicky. Last time it worked perfect, so I already did this test preliminary. And today we're going to repair this truck. We're going to install an upgraded Spider injector system. These injectors, I think the poppets are stuck, closed, they're not flowing. So let me see if we can cycle the key. Fuel system, injector balance. Okay. Let's try injector number 3 again. Definitely primes. Yes? Why is it not pulsing the injector? Okay, that's strange. Okay, I got the injector test working. Maybe the battery's a little low. So now it's at 13.5. Got jumper cables on there. Now every injector is pulsing just fine. And let's see the fuel pressure drop. So yes. You can hear it. There's no fuel pressure drop whatsoever. Just do them all for consistency. Okay. Alright, so we just proved right there in a few minutes that none of the injectors are flowing whatsoever. The only thing could be is the whole, the Spider. For some reason, there's no fuel flowing through each poppet valve. So the fix for this is the updated, this is OEM GM part. Here's what the Spider looks like. So it actually has the injector on the end of the hose. The original system, we'll see the solenoids are actually in here, and this is just the mechanical poppet valve, but these, you see the wires go all the way down here. So this is the upgraded, more reliable unit. Comes with gasket. Also got the upper intake manifold gasket set. So we have to take off this plastic piece, the upper intake manifold, so probably get the distributor out of here, make some room, blow all this crap out, and put in the new injector system. We'll see if it works. Alright, took about an hour to tear off this, the upper intake plenum. It's fairly straightforward. Here's our Spider. This is the original Spider. As you can see, these are the original poppet injectors, and hopefully they are friendly to come out of here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. So all these are out. Look at that Spider. That's cool. Tell you the truth, I've never actually had to replace one. This van only has 50,000 miles, so I'm not exactly sure why this thing's failing. But let me see how to pop it out of here. And now we'll put the new one on. Alright, we're installing the new Spider. This is pretty cool. The injectors just kind of slip right in and they clip. You're done. Super easy. I hope the nylon lines give enough flexibility here. Let's see here. Don't want to kink anything. There's that one, and last but not least, cylinder number 1. Alright, so the spider's in. Now we need to it's pretty stiff. Gotta put it in this holder. I hope I can do that. Hopefully these lines have some give to them, because the other ones are basically formed. Let me try to put this in the clip and should be all set. Alright, so I stuffed the spider down. It looks pretty happy, and connected the fuel lines. Before putting on the intake manifold, I want to see these injectors work. So let's do the injector drop test. Start with injector number 1. Prime the system, no leaks. Okay, that's good. Pulse injector number 1. Nice. You see the fuel pressure drop. Injector 2. This will basically prime each injector. Might as well do it. Starting at about 55. Yes. Perfect. Injector number 3. Okay. Number 4. We all go down to 45 psi. Perfect. 2 more. Number 5. This van should fire right up. Okay. Now keep in mind, 2 psi there. These injectors are still not bled out, so readings might be slightly different. You see that? There's an air bubble in there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's button it back up. Fresh gaskets. Hear this thing run. All right, moment of truth here. Everything's buttoned up. Turn the key on. Make sure we have no fuel leaks. Like butter. Amazing. We'll let the sucker warm up, charge up. Looking great. The owner will be very pleased to get his Chevy Astro back. Pretty neat vans. Yeah, so some parts are required, but that would be an upgrade. Like I said, only 52,000 miles. So wondering what went wrong in here, but no flow through the fuel injector. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Uh-oh, a little bonus footage. Check engine lights on. We have, let's see, torque converter clutch enabled solenoid circuit failed. Shift to solenoid circuit failed. Torque converter PWM solenoid circuit failed. It looks like I'm missing power feed to the solenoids if they're ground side switched by the engine computer. Separate issue, so if the owner wants me to look into that, we can, but we'll see what they say. Alright, so the owner authorized the further diagnostics for transmission controls. So we have these 3 codes, 740, 785, 1860, and looking at the wiring diagram, there are 5 solenoids in the transmission, powered up by this trans 20 amp fuse under the dash. We have torque converter control, torque converter pulse width modulated, 3.2, 2.3, and 1.2. So we have codes for this one, and 3.2. That'll be this one. So these three have codes. These two are okay. Let's check the fuse just in case. Easy to get to. Transmission fuse right there. Hot on that side. Hot on that side. Let's pull it out and see if it sets the other two codes. Oh, I even have a fuse puller here. Okay. We'll do clear DTCs. Okay. Check engine light came right back. It's only these three. It's almost like this power feed isn't making it to the transmission. So we'll pop this back in. Try one more time. I really don't want to get under this truck. It's raining outside. We're on the wet grass. Yep, same three codes. Either C3 or C100. Pin C3, we can check the power there, but otherwise we're gonna have to go to the automatic transmission assembly and do the wiring checks there. Let's see if we can find some rodent damage under here. Bingo, right there. Wah, wah, wah. So we're gonna fix that up and then this van should be done. Well, here's the final product here. Repaired the rodent damage. There were two wires that were missing sections, so I had to extend those, solder, heat shrink. The other ones have a couple nicks here and there, but none of them are constant power, so this is nice and dry and warm up here. So I'm going to tape this all up. We can actually plug it in right now just to be 100% that those codes are gone, and then I'll do the final tape. Alright, here we go. Clear DTCs. Yes. Okay. And before they would come right back. So let's say read fault code one more time. No DTCs, and I'm sure the check engine light is off. Sweet. Alright, let's tape up that harness and then maybe take this thing for a spin. Alright, let's take this thing for a test drive. See if we can crawl up this grassy, wet slope. No problems. All right. I'm very pleased with that. Back on the road, Chevy Astro. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, Chevy Astro. Perfect. I think the owner will be very pleased. Yes, Cindy? Oh, yeah. That's excellent. I'm so happy. 4 years, right? 4 years it was broken.
Yeah.